Today we're going to be covering chlorine. Chlorine is a halogen, along with fluorine, bromine, iodine, astatine, and the synthetic element tennessine. As with all halogens, it is both very reactive and it emits toxic fumes. It melts at negative 153 degrees Fahrenheit and it boils at negative 29 degrees Fahrenheit under standard pressure. You'll see why I added that caveat when you see my sample of chlorine. Its density is 3.214 grams per liter. Here's my sample of chlorine. As you can see in here, it's yellow liquid. That's because it is pressurized. Ordinarily, it's a pale yellow-green gas. Chlorine is a great disinfectant and is used in bleach and disinfects swimming pools. This next tidbit of information will probably make you a little bit uncomfortable. The chlorine smell in swimming pools is not due to chlorine itself, but trichloramine or nitrogen trichloride, NCl3. This is created when the chlorine reacts with urea, which comes from sweat and urine. Chlorinated water in the absence of urea won't have that odor. So if there's a strong smell of chlorine coming from your swimming pool, it probably means somebody peed in there. Table salt is, of course, sodium chloride. Salt was very valuable and hard to come by in ancient Rome, and soldiers were sometimes paid in salt, which is where the word salary comes from. Chlorine and its compounds are a key ingredient in many pharmaceuticals, as well as in organic chemistry at large. Chlorine gas was once used as a weapon of war, but they quickly realized this thing called the wind existed, and it sometimes blew black in their face, so this plan did not work very well. Chlorine was first isolated in 1774 when Swedish-German chemist Carl William Scheele heated hydrochloric acid. It wasn't until 1807, however, that it was confirmed that it was in fact elemental chlorine that had been isolated and was formally recognized as an element at that time. Chlorine is the 19th most abundant element in the Earth's crust and the second most abundant halogen, coming in at about 126 parts per million. But it does not occur free in nature due to its extreme reactivity. And that's just the Earth's crust. If you want to include seawater, its salt content would increase that number even more. The name halogen, meaning salt former, was proposed to replace the name chlorine, but chlorine obviously retained its name, and halogen instead became the name for the group which chlorine is a part of. When you mix bleach and ammonia, chlorine gas is given off. Ammonia is in more things than you might expect, so be very careful when mixing bleach and any other cleaning chemical. So there you go. This is chlorine, pressurized to make it a liquid. Thanks for watching.